Hello, I am Atola Longkumer, and I greet you all from Bangalore, India. Uh, Today, I would like to also congratulate the organizers of this international conference on the history of Christian Protestant missionaries. And I'm also grateful to participate in this conference virtually and also to be able to contribute to the project. I am grateful to the organizers for giving me this opportunity. The topic I have prepared is from the context that I belong, which is the Naga people in the Indo-Myanmar mountains of northeast India. And I've titled my paper as Naga Baptists and Women Missionaries in the Indo-Myanmar mountains of northeast India. I must also begin with a word of apology. I am quite technologically challenged, and so my video recording will not be very smooth. So while I apologize, I am also grateful for the organizers for reworking or editing the pieces that I sent. I appreciate your extra efforts to have mine included. Um, I will read parts of it and parts maybe explain, but I will not take more than 10 minutes of what I have prepared. My work is still a work in progress, and I look forward to the comments from the organizers and participants, even as I work towards the final draft for the published volume. So, the title of my paper is Naga Baptists and Women Missionaries in the Indo-Myanmar Mountains of Northeast India. A Corner in India is a small but significant book. It is published in 1907, and the book is one of the earliest ethnographies of the Naga people in the Indo-Myanmar mountainous region of northeast India. Written by Mary Mead Clark, the spouse of the first American Baptist missionaries to successfully establish a mission center and gain converts to the way of Jesus Christ. As well as describing eyewitness account of the pre-Christian Ao Naga way of life, A Corner in India illustrates the active participation of women missionaries in the modern missionary movement that uh, emanated from the West to almost all regions and cultures of the world. The missionary movement encouraged many women of evangelical persuasion to lands and cultures hitherto unknown, representing different mission societies and denominations to share a good life or civilized ways as they believed in response to the good news proclaimed by Jesus Christ. According to 2011 census of India's census, the literacy rate of females in Nagaland is 76.11%, and it's not a wide margin of difference from the male literacy rate, which stands at 82.72%. This also indicates the success of mission work among the Nagas. The Naga female literacy rate is much higher compared to the national female literacy rate of India. So, as the literacy rate indicates, Naga women are very active participants in the Morton nation and also the Morton state. This is a direct result of the policy and efforts of the earliest Christian missionaries among the people. Naga women were given the opportunity to avail the education that Christian missionaries initiated, and women were appointed to be trained in the Bible school right from its inception, which is quite significant for the Naga Christian community. Yet, despite these apparent egalitarian practices from the beginning of the mission among the Naga people, there are ambiguities of gender empowerment, equal participation, and equal rights among Morton Naga. The complexity of gender hierarchy among Naga indigenous people provide the framework to illustrate that the changes initiated by Christian mission in communities remain critical challenges, and therefore it is vital to analyze the encounter between Christian mission and local cultures. The argument I will pursue in my paper is that the Christianization process is more complex than just saying that it changes or it transformed local cultures completely, or that local cultures resisted. It is more nuanced. The encounter and the response between Christian missions and local cultures are more nuanced and more complex, as the women experiences among Naga community indicates. And in pursuing this argument, I will lift up four areas where Naga women are active. At the same time, Naga women are still obstacled and impeded by the social cultural expectation of pre-Christian gender expectation. The four areas I will highlight is participation in education, both as agents as well as receivers of modern education. And secondly, modern professionalization. The fact that women were trained to be professionals right from the beginning. And the third would be church and community leadership, where women were given space and freedom to lead in the church space of women platform, and also to avail the modern institutional leadership, but at the same time, the cultural space, that is pre-Christian social structure of governance, is still not a space given to women to participate. So that is the third aspect. And the fourth aspect is the whole land ownership experience among the Nagas, where most Nagas still retain the ancestral lands with the male members, and the females cannot have ownership or authority to exercise the right to the ancestral land. So these four areas will highlight the ambiguities of Christianization and modernization that indigenous societies um, began in response to Christian mission work. So to conclude this video presentation, let me just read the conclusion that I have prepared for the draft. Premised on the realities of present conditions of exclusion of women, the brief essay makes a point to revisit Christian missionary movement and the enterprise for women participation. Women continue to experience exclusion and encounter discrimination at every level: economy, church, cultural practices, and political organizations. In many Asian societies in general, women are discriminated and violated in many ways: human trafficking, sexual violence, ecclesiastical discrimination, religious exclusion, and female infanticide are some examples. Analyzing social prejudices fed by rigid cultural practices and systemic description sanctioned by patriarchal interpretations of scriptures are continually needed to ensure women equal rights in the society. The present challenges of gender justice can avail a tradition and history of women's missionary endeavor to uplift the native women for inspiration, evaluation, comparison, and even readapting their modus operandi for today's challenges. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time and the opportunity to participate in this project. I look forward to receive your comments and your feedback, and I wish you all a very productive and an inspiring conference. Thank you.